First of all, in the beginning, God created the heaven and the earth. Huh? Continue.
Was without form and void, and darkness was upon the face of the deep. And the Spirit of God moved upon the face of the waters. And God said, "Let there be light." And there was light. And God saw the light that it was.
Did y'all hear that? Okay, go again.
Genesis chapter 1. In the beginning, God created the heaven and the earth was without form and void, and darkness was upon the face of the deep. And the Spirit of God moved upon the face of the waters. And God said, "Let there be light."
Did you hear that part where he just got done saying upon the face of the waters? I thought it was dark. And if you rewind from that, the waters were here before God, right? Darkness was here before God. But anyways, go on. Oh, it's loading. Dark waters. That's fine. Let's see.
And it was so. And God called the firmament heaven, and the evening and the morning were the second day. And God said, "Let the waters under the heaven be gathered together unto one place, and let the dry land appear." And it was so. And God called the dry land earth, and the gathering together of the waters called he seas. And God saw that it was good. And God said, "Let the earth bring forth grass, the herb yielding seed, and the fruit tree yielding fruit after his kind, whose seed is in itself upon the earth." And it was so. And the earth brought forth grass and herb yielding seed after his kind, and the tree yielding fruit, whose seed was in itself after his kind. And God saw that it was good. And the evening and the morning were the third day. And God said, "Let there be lights in the firmament of the heaven to divide the day from the night, and let them be for signs and for seasons, and for days and years, and let them be for lights in the firmament of the heaven to give light upon the earth." And it was so. And God.
My question is who is writing this as this God is doing all this? Does he and I declare he because, well, evidently and speaking with that tone, it sounds like a male masculine voice, okay, and how it's being narrated. However, let's go back. who who is this narrator? Who is the journalist? Who is the editor? Who is writing this down as God is saying, "Let there be light, and let there be this, and let it yield grass"? Who is writing this stuff down? Who is taking the notes as God is stating these demands and commands?
God made two great lights, the greater light to rule the day, and the lesser light to rule the night. He made the stars also, and God set them in the firmament of the heaven to give light upon the earth. And God said, "Let the waters bring forth abundantly the moving creature that hath life, and fowl that may fly above the earth in the open firmament of heaven." And God.
According to these statements, it sounds like water was here before God, and that creatures of the water and birds or flying creatures were here before the so-called people were. Okay, continue on.
Created great whales and every living creature that moveth, which the waters brought forth abundantly after their kind, and every winged fowl after his kind. And God saw that it was good. And God blessed them, saying, "Be fruitful, and multiply, and fill the waters in the seas, and let fowl multiply in the earth."
That's strange that they would need to call a bird a fowl. Okay, fowl has way too many um, definitions. Okay, and I am not the one who goes to the dictionary and looks up this stuff. Foul, you can do a foul in these program games, so like basketball and whatever other sports, athletics department. Foul, you get a foul penalty. Okay, moving on. Foul could be like a certain unsatisfying smell or something obscene or gross, disgusting, foul, something an obscene and loud, overbearing scent. Okay, or it can be foul. Can be used um, with to express something vile or distasteful or rude or misbehaving, something of that nature. Okay, or according to this text, foul as a bird. However, I don't, I, whoever is writing this or translating this or wherever this came from, I highly doubt, first of all, that, this, no, native.
And God said, let the earth bring forth a living creature after his kind, cattle, and creeping thing, and beast of the earth after his kind. And it was so. And God made the beast of the earth.
So God made, according to this text, made days, made herbs and vegetation, made sea creatures and air creatures, and then made cattle, creeping things, so we can assume that's insects and bugs, and then beasts. Okay, there's a difference. Okay, beast and then cattle. What do you mean, a beast? Be more specific about that.
After his kind, and cattle after their kind.
After his kind. I noticed also that the masculine terminology is used quite abundantly uh, in expressing everything in this text, from God to prophets to demons to beasts. Even the grass is called upon as his. Be fruitful and multiply every seed of his kind. Okay, so already from the beginning, um, we can already get this. We can make a assumption based off of the evidence that is stated in this text that this is definitely a male man thing. Okay, hence why I don't really. Not only do I not go by it, um, I don't believe in that, and I have something. I have extreme. I have extreme prejudice against the text because the narrator, who is writing this stuff down as this man is making demands and commands about let this be and let's and he saw that it was good and well, why wouldn't it be good if you're creating things? If you see that it's good, why would it be bad? And if it's so simple for you to just say something and for it to be done, then okay. And then you have this one writing it down, or are you just stating this and then writing it down? Is he the one who's writing it down himself? I don't know. Continue on.
Thing that creepeth upon the earth after his kind. And God saw that it was good. And God said, let us make grass, and let them have dominion over the fish of the sea, and over the fowl of the air, and over the cattle, and over all the earth, and over every
Let us make man in our image. Who is our? Who are the, who else is with him, or who else is he speaking about? Who he's making these men into their image?
creeping thing that creepeth upon the earth. So God created man in his own image. In the image of God created he him. Male and female created he them. And God blessed them. And God said unto them, be fruitful and multiply.
So okay, so now he made a he them and a he them and him he. Okay, so he made female and male before an Adam and Eve. I'm noticing that there was no mention of an Adam. So before the peoples, before the male and the females, the he thems were there was already water prior to. Remember, came upon the face of the dark waters. It was void without form, according to this man. This man God, okay, and evidently he's either not, either we can come up with the conclusions that one, he's not by himself because somebody has to be writing this down. Two, he's definitely a man because he keeps stating he them he and then three, that there were are there he created beasts with an S at the end, so plural. He made air creatures and water creatures and creeping things, so insects and whatnot, before he made any people. Okay, and then there were other people that he made in his image, like them, because he said, let us. So he is not by himself. Okay, who is he with? Who is writing this stuff down? And what are they writing it down upon? If you're not writing it down, how are you recording this? And then furthermore, if it's dark and it's and it's water, and you know that it's water, so then it can't be that dark and it can't be without void. The water was here before God was, according to what is being spoken of. But anyhow, let's continue.
replenish the earth and subdue it, and have dominion over the fish of the sea, and over the fowl of the air, and over every living thing that moveth upon the earth. And God said, behold, I have given you every herb-bearing seed, which is upon the face of all the earth, and every tree, in the which is the fruit of a tree yielding seed. To you it shall be for meat, and to every beast of the earth, and to every fowl of the air, and to everything that creepeth upon the earth, wherein there is life. I have given every green herb for meat. And it was so. And God saw everything that he had made.
So he's telling, wait, okay, hold up. So, slave owners, okay, from let's just straight out the gate. He made the creatures and stuff first, and then, or we could say, they made the creatures and herbs and plants and vegetation, okay, and then made the miniature. Let's just say the mini gods. They made little mini gods or demigods, okay, and then said, "I want you to own all this stuff, right?" Okay, but then as it continues, he's saying something about eating the vegetation as meat. Why would you need to use a word such as? Why wouldn't you just say this is for you to eat? Why are you putting this whole thing about meat? Anyhow, okay, meat, and then going to this English language, we were trained and programmed to accept the concept that meat is the equivalent of animal, of, or as possibly may be able to conclude beast, or something that was once living. So meat could be, um, well, yeah, I do see how meat could be vegetation, sure, but that would just be food. Okay, anyway, not to make it all tricky, but meat, one can assume and conclude that meat is equivalent, or is stating or referring to animal meat. So cow, sheep, and what else? Chicken and pork and what have we? Fish, not vegetation. But anyhow.
And behold, it was very good. And the evening and the morning were the sixth day. Chapter 2. Thus the heavens and the earth were finished, and all the host of them. And on the seventh day God ended his work which he had made. And he rested on the seventh day from all his work which he had made. And God blessed the seventh day, and sanctified it, because that in it he had rested from all his work which God created and made. These are the generations of the heavens and of the earth when they were created.
Untrue. Once again, um, the waters, the face of the waters, the dark waters, were already present. So technically, no, you did not make everything. And not to make a debate necessarily with what one may express as creator or God or gods. It's evident. It's based off of what is being narrated. It's evident that God is not solo. Is not just one, for one, and for two, that there were things that were already created before God came into the scene, which was waters and darkness. Thank you. Continue on.
In the day that the Lord God made the earth and the heavens, and every plant of the field before it was in the earth, and every herb of the field before it grew. For the Lord God had not caused it to rain upon the earth, and there was not a man to till the ground. But there went up a mist from the earth, and watered the whole face of the ground.
Another conclusion that could be made is that so we have, if we're going based off what's being narrated, God created demigods or mini gods, okay, right? And those little mini gods are supposed to have control over everything, every creeping thing, every living thing upon the earth, in the waters, in the air, etc. And he actually, i.e., they, because he said, let us make them the male and female and in our image. Okay? But now stating now he now he's stating that there was no man to till the ground. So here we go already. The second conclusion, or we could say my next pathway of of untrue, and not only untrue, but if this is true, okay. So, anyways, so it goes. There was no man to till the ground and yada yada. So they, okay, they them, the ones who came upon the dark the dark waters, they made all these game pieces, not game pieces, but made all the, you know, the perks, okay, the blessings, we'll say. Made all these blessings and wonderful things. It was great. It was good. Okay, cool. And then they go on, and they go on and make male and female rulers of everything that exists. Okay, and then says we has not created a man yet, so because there's no one to work the ground. So wait, what? So you did all that work for 6 days, okay? You did all that work of creating this and that to go and make yourself, basically go and make yourself, and then to enjoy that, but there's no one. So what were they doing when there wasn't any slaves, basically. Because when you say man to till the ground, we could basically just come up with another concept, which is slave. Because if one gets to rule all the stuff and has dominion, according to this context, has dominion over everything in the air, in the water, on the earth, the herbs, everything, the beast, okay? But now you don't have anyone to do the work, to do the gardening and to do the harvesting. So you have to create a slave to do it. Well, what about the female and the male that you already made in your image? If you have the power to just say things and things are done, why can't you or your group or the group that you just got done making, why would you need to have someone do that for you if you're able to just say things and things are done? Anyways.
And the Lord God formed man of the dust of the ground, and breathed into his nostrils the breath of life, and man became a living soul. And the Lord God planted a garden.
Okay, so you grabbed some dust and then you made the man. Well, what was the process of making the group of demigods that you just got done making? Could I conclude that y'all had sex and had offspring? Were they too little? Were they too? Is that the reason why they didn't have any one to till the ground? That's why they didn't have any workers and slaves to till the ground to feed the offspring that you just got done making, your demigods. Okay, already, like I said, and then you grabbed dust. I've never, ever, 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 ever seen this where anyone was able to just grab dust, and not only that, but if you made demigods in your image, or however you don't really go over, they don't go over the process of how they were made, but now they're going into the process of how they make man. Okay. Anyways, let's listen to this.
Garden eastward in Eden, and there he put the man whom he had formed. And out of the ground made the Lord God to grow every tree that is pleasant to the sight, and good for food, the tree of life also in the midst of the garden, and the tree of knowledge of good and evil. And a river went out of Eden to water the garden, and from thence it was parted, and became into four heads. The name of the first is Pison, that is it which compasseth the whole land of Babylon, where there is gold, and the gold of that land is good. There is L.ies and the onyx stone. And the name of the second river is Gihon. The same is it that compasseth the whole land of Ethiopia. And the name of the third river is Hiddekel. That is it which goeth toward the east of Assyria. And the fourth river is Euphrates. And the Lord God took the man, and put him into the garden of Eden to dress it and to keep it. And the Lord God commanded the man, saying, Of every tree of the garden thou mayest freely eat, but of the tree of the knowledge of good and evil thou shalt not eat of it. For in the day that thou eatest thereof thou shalt surely die. And the Lord God said, It is not good that the man should be alone. I will make him an helpmeet for him. And out of the ground the Lord God formed every beast of the field, and every fowl of the air, and brought them unto Adam to see what he would call them. And whatsoever Adam called every living creature, that was the name thereof. And Adam gave names to all cattle, and to the fowl of the air, and to every beast of the field. And the Lord found a helpmeet for him. And the Lord God caused a deep sleep to fall upon Adam, and he slept. And he took one of his ribs, and closed up the flesh instead thereof.
Why would you need to do all that? And why would you need to extract and torture? I mean, unless a deep sleep. Did you put? I'm assuming this is anesthesia or something. Why would you need to do all that if we know damn well that that's not how people are brought into the world? If you know that's not how people come into the world, and obviously a penis needs to enter a vagina to create um, an actual living creature, is what people would like to consider a human or whatever, a person, baby, child, okay, living. Okay. Why would you need to do that? If you were able to make Adam out of the dust, why would you need to take his rib to make a helpmate? And why would the helpmate basically why does the helpmate equivalent is it equivalent to a woman? If you've already made females, also let me add, you already made female and males because you made a he them he, you made demigods. Okay, so I call bullshit, and I see the misogyny like it's so thick. It you could you even if you was Stevie Wonder and Ray Charles and Stevie Wonder somehow um, had children and their children too were blind. Even the baby would be able to see it straight out of the mother's womb. They would be able to see the bullshit, and a help. I'm not a helpmate, and what the hell? And yes, according to this text, there was something already present before this God, this what it considers itself to be God steps to the picture, and it already sounds like just as I see so many flaws. It may be according to this God or them that it was good, but it's bullshit. And why would you create this? And furthermore, why would you need to create a tree of good and evil and tell them not to eat it? Why would you create it then? What I mean, okay. All right. I'm done with this one. I'm leaving it right where it is, and that's why I don't go back. That's why I left that shit alone.